What's up, Olga? How are you? Good morning. What's up, Dimples chick? I haven't seen you in a while. I'm okay. My hair's a little crazy. I was going to do a live earlier, but I've noticed that a lot of people do lives and stuff at the same time, so I got to figure out a good time to do it. What'd the Scorpio do? Yeah. Still hasn't grown up. The problem with Scorpio is that the lower vibrational ones, if they don't want to grow, they don't really... 3 different levels, and the first one is a snake, and they're evil as fuck. And some people stay in that energy because, I mean, sometimes being evil works out for people, I guess. I don't know. Let go of the Virgo. If you feel good about it, though, that's what you needed to do, right? I don't know. Of course he doesn't want to let you go. He wants everything. Cake and eat it too. This is not Burger King. You cannot have it your way, sir. Anyways, I wanted to do, if this hair, a message, how this person feels, what they want you to know, best way forward. The problem is people have the free will, you know? It doesn't, it's like, this is what it could be, but what are you going to choose, you know? And some people are so fucking stubborn because they want to do shit their own way. Hi, MC. Narcissist 1000. Thank you. So, looks like we'll start with fire signs because I see the 9 of fire. So, Aries, Leo, Sag. I think you guys are trying to move on from something, for one. What are the messages for the fire signs? Maybe you guys are... Something about somebody at work. Keeping the right boundaries with somebody at work, because I feel like somebody is going to be getting a raise. This doesn't even love what they're telling me this shit. Yeah, it sucks trying to let go of people. But I feel like there's somebody you guys care about, but they're kind of pushing people away because they've been really hurt. Yes, I will. I haven't really decided. I could sign with Verizon, but their shit's expensive, and I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to be under a contract, but I need a phone. This phone I'm about to throw in traffic. Literally, I thought about it, but then I was like, damn it, you know, I kind of need it. Same thing with, you know, when your phone's your alarm clock and you want to chuck it across the room, but it's your phone. Same thing. Okay, Aries, it looks like the way you guys think about whatever relationship, situation, marriage you're in isn't the same as another person. You want to do things your own way. If you're dealing with a Taurus, this marriage, this person's headspace is fucked up and it's kind of causing a lot of drama. Huh, good to know. Because I have Metro PCS, but it's kind of like, meh. So I feel like you guys are, you want to be friends with somebody, Aries, and I think that they want more than that. And it's like you want to have this conversation with this person, but you see them as like, this is a soulmate energy here. I think you're confused because this person is your friend, but also your soulmate. What is my hair doing? Hi, Nelly. I can't really say your name, so if I messed it up, my bad. I feel like someone's being manipulative in this situation. I feel like maybe you're just saying like, oh yeah, we'll get married. Not. I don't know. I think that you don't really know. Well, welcome to my channel. Hello, Yolanda. So what is the message for Aries? How do they feel? And then what do they want Aries to know? And what is the best way forward? Well, apparently there's lots of messages here, Aries. The bottom of the deck is someone moving away from the situation. The lighting is kind of, don't mind this crap in the background. It's called I Have 4 Children. So you're walking away from someone. Maybe someone walks away from you. I feel like you're emotionally walking away from the situation, or this other person did. So the message is that they have a lot of regrets over how this ended. They definitely feel the loss that now that you're not in their life. And I think that this is causing them a lot of like emotional distress. So it's like maybe they walk away or this is your energy, but it's like, I think that you want to talk to them or they want you to talk to them, but it's just like they don't, the way that they express their emotions is messed up. I do see that this person did go through a transformation, or maybe you did. So, you know, it's kind of fighting out those negative thoughts, especially the negative self-talk that you're telling yourself, because that's not going to put you in a good position. But this ended really badly in a situation. Maybe it was just really shocking. It's like, what the fuck, you know, I wasn't ready kind of shit. But it was like, this is something that needed to happen. What they want you to know is that they had to make a choice about a situation in their life. And it's like, whether or not they chose wrong is like, you know, to be determined, because I know that it seems like they definitely feel bad about how this ended, but it was something that they felt like they had to do at that time. The best way forward is the Fool card. It's taking the leap of faith into something new, having hope for the future, trying something new. Maybe you don't, it's like, I feel like you guys really don't want to try this with this person because they left you, and that's betrayal to you. So you're like, well, fuck you then, you know, but at the same time, there's still energy of this is what you should do. This is what you could try, but I don't know if you're open to that at this point, because you're like, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, like you're ready to go because of how this ended before. Well, you can email me, Karen, and I can set you up with a reading. My under the About section on the channel are a list of my prices. So, Leo, oh, what happened, Leo? Somebody broke your heart and left, or maybe this is you. This isn't good either. Or maybe you're still kind of emotionally messed up because of an ex, that something with an ex. Welcome, Davina. But I think that you guys went through a transformation. So it's like whatever happened in this, however this ended, it's still some kind of loss to you because I think that you chose another person or they did. And it's like, but you really do care about this person. You know, they were someone that you genuinely cared about. But you're just not really sure what to do about that. And you're not really open to talking about your feelings with this person. It's like, you'd rather just keep it to yourself, because it's like, then you'd have to admit what happened or that you actually got hurt. And you know, your pride, Leo, don't want to admit that somebody actually hurt your feelings. And I think that the way that you're thinking about this might be wrong. So if this ended like, however this ended and however you're thinking about it is incorrect, there's something that you don't know. There could have, well, fuck, there's another person, but I feel like, was it what you thought it was, or was this some other like friendship type shit and then you thought they were cheating, or what was this? But I see a lot of threes. It's also about messages. Did someone catch you sending messages or something with messages and 3 people? So what's up? You know what I mean? I think that there were some things that you needed to tame yourself from, but this is about you taking control of the situation, you taking control of your life, taking back control of your life, loving yourself, finding the strength, even though you're not in a good place right now. You're welcome, Jackie. Having this conversation with this person, you know, I feel like this is something that you've already figured out on your own. This is something that you know what you want to say, but you just have yet to initiate that conversation because you're trying to find that, you know, you're trying to have the courage to tell this person how you really feel. And I feel like, you know, when things are weighed out with justice, it could be with the Libra. I feel like if this were weighed out, would it be even? You know, it's like, because this is something where you didn't really make that final decision. You just kind of accepted things for what they were. And it's like, if you were to go back, then maybe you'd figure out that the scales were like this in reality, but you thought they were even. So maybe the fact that this ended this way, if they had another person, I mean, is it really a loss? Thank you, Olga. Because someone had a whole lot of options, whole lot of game shit. You know what I mean? 7 of Cups. It's like they never knew what they wanted. They're kind of like squirrel, frog, you know, I like this one, I like her too type shit. And I feel like there's just a lot of commitment issues, period, whether it's past energy of yours or relevant to this situation. I think that for some reason, some of you guys definitely did live out your karma for doing this to other people in the situation. You guys kind of got the short end of the stick for something that happened in the past, but this is their energy. What do they want? What is the message for Leo? How do they feel? What do they want you to know? And what is the best way forward? So I think that someone wants to have a conversation. If you're dealing with an air sign, they do want to tell you the truth about what happened. They want to have this conversation, but this is more of an idea. This is a potential for this to happen. I'm not going to say this is going to happen. This is what they want to. They do want to tell you, you know, in reality, the truth about what happened in this situation, because I think that this person like was really comfortable with you. You guys had a lot of fun times together. This was something that you thought was going to make you really happy, or that they did. But it's like there were some things that they needed to work on themselves, which comes down to this commitment issues. So for the message and how they feel is that they genuinely care about you. They think that, you know, you were always supportive, you were nurturing, you were caring, you were this person who influenced their life, and you were always there for them. You know, you were that down bitch. You were loyal, you were steady, you were the, you know, whoever, I'm not going to say that if it's a male, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever energy, if you're a boy, a girl, whatever. But I'm just saying, you took on the energy where you went through a lot of shit with this, or with this person. But at the same time, you were like solid for them. You cared about them. And what they want you to know is that they do love you. They see this as this partnership that they had with you was true, genuine. Like they saw you as someone that you could have this partnership with. But at the same time, I feel like their tendencies to sleep with other people are still here as well. Because I think that maybe this started off in the wrong way. You know what I mean? Did it start off with sex and then it was like you tried to turn into something else, but then when there was another person, then you know what I mean? I feel like the boundaries were a little bit sketchy, but they know what you were for them and you did above and beyond for them. And I think that they recognize that, even though they probably never told you. The best way forward is the 3 of Earth. If you guys are going to work this out, there's got to be some teamwork. This has to be coming together, putting the same, putting the time in on the same level. I feel like one person did more in the past. It wasn't, you guys didn't work together. Someone always did more than that. When you have 2 different queens showing up and this is someone who's been through it, you know what I mean? Some people say it's more than one person, but it's really, I feel like it's the energy that this person did a lot for you. You know what I mean? Or you did a lot for them, whatever that's kind of blurred. I think there's vice versa here for somebody, but I think that you guys are going to have to figure out a way to work together if you want this shit to work, because it's about 2 people. It's about the partnership. It's about the love. It's about the compassion. And it's also about patience. And I feel like you're running thin on patience. I think that there was a situation where someone definitely got their karma. If this is a stagnant situation, there was a lesson that needed to be learned, still needs to be learned. But this person felt this shit, you know what I mean, for whatever they did to you. Sagittarius, dealing with a air sign at work. Are we watching an air sign at work? Are we ready to cut out an earth sign who has another bitch? Toss up, you know what I'm saying? You definitely saw something. Yeah, and it led to heartbreak because there was another person involved. This person broke your heart because they had another person. Probably investing in more than one person, you know what I'm saying? And I think that they do feel bad about this, though, Sagittarius. They do feel regret for what they did to you. And I think that they take full responsibility for this deception that was done here. But I feel like this was something that you already knew about. So when this ended again for probably the 7th time, should we say 7 times? You already knew. You saw this for what it was a long time ago. I think that you felt like they could change. You wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. But at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. You know what I mean? And it's like you had faith that this person could change, but they didn't. They just stayed in the faith. You had faith in them, but in reality, it's always them doing shit behind your back. And I think that you want to make a decision about which way that you want to go, because it's like you waited for this person. You just wanted them to fucking take the initiative. Like, are we going to do this? Can you like make up your mind? And I think but then there's just energy of more than one person. So that's why there was a whole lot of stagnation and waiting, because this person didn't see you for what you were in their life. I think they do now. They recognize what they had in front of their face, but is it too late? You know what I mean? I think that you guys were really comfortable together. You guys, somebody got a little bit too comfortable, let's be honest. And now you just want to push people away because you don't want to put yourself in that position again. You don't want to be boo-boo the fool forever, because I feel like you just kind of lost faith in what love was to you, because it ended badly. 10 of air, but you guys are releasing this energy, and I feel like this cycle's done. you know, and it's about, maybe it is about keeping and maintaining the right boundaries for some of you guys. And I think that that is something that you should definitely do if you're not, if you didn't have the right boundaries, because this is why this ended so badly, you know, because this person felt a little too fucking comfortable doing the same shit that they've always done and never changing. Because it's like they didn't have a whole lot of emotions. They were like wearing a mask, ice cold, probably thought a lot about some shit, always in their head, never really said shit out loud. But it's like, were they a narcissist or not? You know what I mean? You guys, some of you guys definitely need to keep the right boundaries and keep this person out of your life. I think that you know what you want to do now. You're ready to move forward. It's like, well, I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to protect myself from this energy, which is still ice cold, by the way. There are no feelings here. I don't think that they're capable of feelings. If you thought that they were, they're not, okay? This is how they think. This is how their brain is set up. It's not something they're doing on purpose. It's just how they are. And I think that they lust when it comes to this situation. They find you very attractive. They see you as someone who could get whatever they wanted to, you know, because you kind of mastered yourself. You are sitting on the Queen of Fire. The Queen of Fire is that bitch. I don't think they want to lose you to somebody else. And now that they figured out that they could, because you guys kind of bossed up and you're like, listen, I'm not doing this shit no more. You can hit the road. Like, fuck you. I'm going to go find a new friend to play with. And maybe he's not going to have 7 other bitches, you know? But I think that you should stay in this power because maybe you could bring someone better in. But I'm telling you, they're going to come back in and do the same shit. They're going to come back in like, I want to work on this. It's about trusting your intuition because I think that you know what's going on. Some of you guys might be dealing with a water sign. Maybe you're going to have a water sign offering you a new beginning. No, it's fucking YouTube. Being lovely. Ooh, like, ooh. So the bottom of the deck is the Page of Waters. This is because someone's emotions are really immature. How they communicate their emotions are really immature. However they were treated or however they expressed their emotions as a child is why they are the way they are today. They don't know how to. I don't even think they do talk about their feelings. What they want you to know is that they want you to put your time into somebody that deserves you. The message is that they want you to be able to be stable to someone that can give you a solid foundation. They want you to make the decision for your life to invest in the right things. Because part of them is always going to be holding back. They're going to be holding on to the situation. I think that they're not going to be letting you go very easily. But at the same time, I think that they know that you deserve better. They're very well aware of the fact that you deserve better, but they're still not opening up about this. And they know that you deserve better. So they could come in and very well be offering this to you. What they want you to know is that they do regret how they treated you. They regret how they made you feel. They definitely felt the loss of you not in their life anymore. There's a reason why their emotions are fucked up, but they're not really ready to talk about that yet. This disconnect with their feelings is something that's always been really relevant in their life. This is a personality disorder, and I'm not here to give a diagnostic assessment, but this person is fucked up in the head a little bit, okay? And I don't know if it's something that can be fixed or not. I'm not Dr. Phil, but I think that the best way forward is to go after what you want. The Page of Fire is whatever your desire is. You know, go get this equal give and take with somebody, whether or not it's the same person or not, because I feel like this person is what they are and you can choose to accept them and stay in this, and whether or not it can be stable. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that they can offer stability and try to put time into this. But when it comes to their emotions, they're never going to be here. So if that's something that you need, I think they can offer you stability. they're going to try to offer you stability. But when it comes down to the rest of what's wrong with them, it's like you kind of have to accept them for what they are, or go after somebody else that, you know what I mean, what it is that you want, because they know that would be fair. They know that it would be fair for you to go and be happy with somebody else. So that's kind of what makes me think that it's not a complete narcissist, because they wouldn't think that way. They would consider you their property, and they wouldn't let you go, and they'd be obsessed with you. And you know what I mean? I think that because they might be an aware narcissist, but at the same time, there's just some energy of that. And I don't know where it's coming from, because it's like it's 50-50. They are the way they are, but at the same time, they know you deserve better, and they genuinely feel bad. So it's kind of like, you know, it's confusing to me. So we'll do water signs, because I just saw the 8 of water. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What's the order? I think I'm just biased and say Scorpio first. But we'll do Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces for shits and giggles. So I feel like somebody got their karma. Someone walks away. This is a stagnant situation. It's whether or not it's with a Scorpio, but it's water energy. So somebody is walking away. They're emotionally disconnecting from the situation that isn't going anywhere. Because I think that it's not necessarily the water sign, but it could be. Somebody needs to learn a lesson, whether it's both of you. Something needs to be learned here. No, I have not done Capricorn. I need to find someone to timestamp for me, because it takes me like forever. I think that there was a situation where there was another person involved. There could have been a baby with somebody, but I think that this Emperor energy with the 8 of air there, again, how someone is thinking, how someone thinks in general, their state of mind, how very stuck in their ways that they are. I think that this is changing. They're trying to clear their headspace a little bit. I think that it's like you want to tell someone how they feel, or maybe they want to tell you, but it's like you're stubborn too, you know? So, Jesus. What is the message for Scorpio? How do they feel? What do they want Scorpio to know? And the best way forward? So the King of Water is at the bottom. I feel like Scorpio is trying to become emotionally stable, but that also means checking out a little bit when it comes to the emotions department. We're not really talking about it because there was a situation that was one-sided. There was a situation where someone took a break, you know what I mean? And I think that it's more about like, there's someone wanted some type of action from you or from the Scorpio, but it's like this person's too fucking stubborn to do anything about it. You know what I mean? I think that someone likes to do shit their own way. They're very stuck in their ways. So it's like clearing your headspace a little bit. And it, you know, the 8 of air is keeping yourself stuck, but I don't see that. I really think that someone's clearing their head when it comes to this situation and how you truly feel about this. And I definitely feel that there is a cycle that needs to end in this situation, but there also needs to be some healing here, especially after being stuck in this cycle for a very long time. And upside down with your emotions because of whatever reason. Somebody's really insecure. Somebody's very dependent. Someone's very smothering. This could have came from your own mother or someone's mother because it's upside down. But I feel like this is just energy of being all over the place. But you're avoiding the transformation. This person's avoiding the transformation that would come with this situation to end this. They don't want this cycle to end because I feel like if once that door closes, they don't know if they're going to get access again. So they're trying to keep their like pinky toe in the door, you know, but there's still, this wasn't stable. I think that, you know, you guys, someone makes you really happy, but at the same time, they betrayed you. There were some things done behind your back. They do want you to forgive them. They want you to be able to recover and move on. Someone needed to walk away from an abusive situation, some of this toxic energy, whether or not it's you or this other person. Whatever was done in that adverse stage was because of the energy, and that just wasn't a stable situation. But I feel like you guys are still both not trying to let this end. And it's something that, it's a cycle that needs to end. And it's something that you know about. The Queen of Air, I think that, you know, it's like, you know this, and you're ready to cut the fucking cord on this shit because the Wheel of Fortune is going to move in your favor. Yes, you love this person. Yes, you care about them. But it's like, who else do they love? Because every time you get involved, you get your fucking heart broken because there's someone else involved too. Like, bitch, who do you love? Because now you have fire. You know what I mean? Now there's fire energy. Maybe there's a fire sign coming in for a Scorpio. But there's a conversation that needs. Someone doesn't want to move on. And their head's like, meh. I think that this person's very deceptive. There was a breakup. There's a lot of fucked up energy. This is some really, I don't know, I don't want to say narcissist, but it's like really low vibrational, overbearing, impulsive, high expectations. Someone who that everybody else is at fault and they didn't do shit wrong and feel bad for me and still be down for me at the end of the day. But I feel like someone, you know, someone's just exhausted in the situation. You tried to keep boundaries. You tried to have persistence. You tried to weigh this out. You know what I mean? Someone's been hurt pretty fucking bad in this situation, but it's just like, you don't want to take any action on this anymore. I think that this person does want to open up to you about how they feel, but they feel like if they did that, that you would just leave them everyone else did. There's some really abandonment issues with this person. And I don't think it has anything to do with you. It has something to do with them. I do see someone trying to ground themselves, someone trying to get their money together, someone having some enlightenment about their life. But this energy is kind of all about yourself. This person, whoever this is all about themselves right now and their money. They're not worried about love. Someone kind of had a lot of people. Someone slept around. Someone never knew what they wanted, and it caused a breakup. It caused a divorce. This ending is final, though. Once you release this energy that comes with this ending, I feel like this person, someone has seen the error of their ways. But it's also keeping this stagnant right now because someone isn't letting the cycle end. You know, for one of you, it's done. This is done. You want to let this go. But this person's like, oh, one of you, it's done. This is done. You want to let this go. But this person's like, oh, you know, Netflix and chill. After they were a psycho for 7 years. I don't know. How they express their emotions is fucked. And they have like, they're really insecure and jealous. God bless America. I think that you had some clarity about this. Either way, Scorpio, the message, how they feel is that they want to come back. They want to come back into your life. But they still haven't balanced their shit out. They maybe were in the past, they were juggling. I think that they learned their lesson with juggling for some of you, but for some of you, you're still dealing with someone who hasn't balanced their shit out. Whether it's another person, I feel like just in general, this person hasn't balanced their shit out at this point. For what they want you to know, they have a lot of mixed feelings when it comes to this situation because they know that they have some behavior that they need to change. They have some behavior that they need to tame in themselves. All this toxic shit is something they recognize that they need to change. And I think that the best way forward is to recognize that it's still relevant in the situation. It's not gone away. Even though they're trying to, they could still be very easily manipulative. So being aware of that. But then also, if they did change, or if this is ended in the right way, for some of you, this could be a new beginning with a new start with growth and expansion. But is it about us just taking on the energy and doing it ourselves, or just like us manifesting this shit into our lives ourselves? You know, let's manifest the motherfucker into our lives that actually is on our level. Because if we're an empress and we're fucking with pages and narcissists, you're not on my level no more, bro. I'm sorry, I love you, but I mean, I'm about to manifest this in a different way then, you know? Keep coming back and doing the same shit. Like, that's a dead horse. Then dead. I just did Scorpio. On the sign of Cancer. I think that Cancer bossed up a little bit too, because this is the energy of knowing you're that bitch, knowing that you can get what you want, knowing that you can get, you conquered all your demons, you're self-confident because you've been through some shit. And I think that you're ready to manifest something into your life, whether or not it's the same person from before, whatever. I think that you just kind of are getting your confidence back and realizing that you can get what you want. So you're figuring out what that is. Some of you, it is a fire sign that you want. But your patience is running thin with this person. You don't have any patience for them anymore because you're tired of them being a fucking manipulative ass liar. This person isn't balanced. And I think that some of you guys are married to this person. Some of you guys want to have this reunion with them, but there's still some manipulative ass energy around it. So be careful what you're manifesting back into your life. Yes, this person is your soulmate, but you know how many times it showed me the Magician when I just now started the shuffling the deck? Be careful. This, like, there's no sense of direction. I think that when you broke up with them, they lost their way. They lost their shit for a second because you've been down with them since Nam. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh my God, they're really dependent on you, but they never like admitted it openly out loud. God forbid. And I think that they got caught up doing some shit and they do want to make things right to you. But it's like, this is keeping you guys stuck. You guys are stuck in this situation where it's not going anywhere because something needs to be released. This person's like, when whatever happened, maybe you cut them off for a short period of time or whatever, and you're just like, I don't want to keep doing this with you. And you kind of cut them off. Then they kind of like got their karma a little bit in this breakup or whatever argument. Something clicked and they got hit with what they should have gotten hit with. And they realized, like, this is who they're comfortable with. You're their wish come true. They don't want to break up with you. You are their soulmate. But it's like, you're at the point where, like, I mean, if this is what we got to do, we got to do it, because this energy, this king of air, unless we're fucking with the air sign now coming in, but it's like this, like, he's like, creeps me out ever since I got this deck, because, you know, the King of Stars is supposed to be this powerful person, but this guy's wearing a mask and he's got a smile on his face, and it trips me out, okay? Not very good with talking about his fucking emotions. This is who you're dealing with. Point blank. Will it change? I don't know. If you guys stick around towards the end, I'll probably answer some questions, but we'll see how this goes. I think that this person, or you just wanted to spend time with them, but they were spending time with some other bitches. They were out doing whatever they wanted to do. Too much of something, whatever it was. And it's like, you weren't happy anymore. I think that you've had some clarity about this. You're just not happy in this situation. This person, was like one of those people who'd like make those promises and then never follow through. And I don't know about you, but I hate that shit. I'd rather you not even say shit to me than like let me down. And you guys have been let down by this person because there's a lot of these, you know, promises, but they just never follow through on shit. They were all about themselves. So the message, what they want you to know from the messenger of air. The bottom of the deck is someone leaving a situation unexpectedly. I think that they don't want you to leave them. They could be surprising you, to be honest, and just show up at your door one day if you try not to talk to them. This wasn't a stable situation, but I think that someone's mind state is changing and it's in a positive way, but it's still kind of figuring out how to make this work, how to balance this out. The message and how they feel is like, this is destiny. This is something that was supposed to happen. You're supposed to be in their life. They need you in their life. You're kind of like their good luck charm. When they're with you, good things happen to them. When you're not with them, they're stuck and bad shit happens, you know? What they want you to know is that you could have whoever you wanted, but they still want you to choose them. They know now that you're not going to fucking play, that you could easily choose someone else, and they don't want you to do that. For the best way forward is to change how you think or with this person about truly how you feel, what you really want to do, what you're thinking. I think that once you know how this person is truly thinking, it could change the situation. Hi, Kira. Because I think that you guys have been silent long enough. You paid attention. You're trusting your intuition, which is on point, by the way, but you're not taking any action. You're waiting for them to come to you now. Like, do you want to play? Let's play then. You feeling froggy? Come to me, motherfucker, because you've had patience with them. You guys do need to heal from this. But at the same time, it's like, once you balance this out and heal, that's what's going to help the situation. But it's like there's some old energy of you need to forgive them. They need to forgive you, whatever the fuck is going on, because it's like there's a cycle that's keeping this in a twisted ass way. And I think that it kind of threw your energy off for a while too, because of what they brought into your life, because of the people that they dealt with. You have to be careful about, you know, when other people, you let people into your life, because if it's like when you take on their karma, what are you bringing into your life? You know, that's where toxic shit gets in. I think that they're ready to make a decision. They're not going to be like balancing. I think that they're just really confused, but they do want to make this work. You know, they're confused about, they don't know how you're thinking, because maybe you're not saying shit anymore. You're just, what? You know, what the fuck do you want from me? Because I know about this bitch that you be dealing with, you know. And I know all that talk you've been talking. Welcome to the live. And I think that you know what you want to do now. And you're not afraid to go out and do it now. You're like, I'm about to hop on my fucking unicorn and dip out and do what the fuck I want to do. Because I'm that bitch, okay? What you trying to do? This person would be lost without you, and you know that. But they act like they're the pimp shit. Pisces. Magician, 7 of Wands in reverse. Not wanting to fight for this anymore. You don't want to deal with someone who's going to keep lying to you about dumb shit. It's like, bro, you don't need to be manipulative with me. For one, I'm a fucking Pisces. You're not really fooling me. This person's really immature that you're dealing with. Or their child is, somebody. But I think that they're really deceptive. The way they talk, they lie. They're just two-faced. They'll tell you what you want to hear and then go tell the next person what they want to hear type shit. And you're ready to just dip. You're like, oh, I could do this on my own because I'm about to work on my motherfucking coins. I'm about to get my shit together, and you don't look sad about it. You're just ready to do this. It's like, if I got to be alone, I'll be alone. You don't want to fight for this anymore. You fought for it long enough. Nothing changed. It stayed in the faith change, never went. It stayed in the faith stage and never went to change. And you gave them long enough to do that. Someone's very stubborn. Someone is very stuck in their ways. Someone is probably a fixed sign that you're dealing with, Pisces, and they don't see shit any other way but theirs. They do shit their own way. My way or the highway. But I think that it's stagnant for a reason. There's something you're not seeing. They're not seeing. Maybe they're not getting the clue. I don't know. But there was a breakup. There was some, there's a separation. There's some arguments here. This person you thought was your soulmate because they manipulated into believing that they felt the same way that you did. When in reality, they don't even know how the fuck they feel. And they're very deceptive. They do shit behind your back. You found out about it. You know. You're Pisces. So you're like, I'm about to be single, ready to fucking mingle. I'm done fighting for this. I'm going to go do what I want to do because that's what everybody else does. But it's like, you don't want to give up too soon. But this person that you're dealing with is, you put a lot of time into them. You never really saw any benefits from that. You got some good sex. Maybe it's just about figuring out what it is that you want to do. Thought about it long enough. I have not done air signs. I have done fire. I'm doing water now. The bottom of the deck is kind of learning things a new way, putting some time into work. I think you guys are working a lot. This person, so it could be vice versa, because I do see, I mean, I feel like there's some Pisces that want to come back into somebody's life, but then whoever Pisces is dealing with, there's another group of you who wants to come back in and put some time into this now. Try to make this work. Could be with an Aquarius, but I feel like there's some things that need to be, like somebody needs to heal. It could be with your mother. It could be the mother of your child. It's just this earth sign energy that probably needs to heal from their own shit. But I feel like they're ready to tell you the truth now, but this is something that you already know. That they're probably dealing with somebody else on the side. They see you as more of a friend. And they didn't really know how to tell you that because I think you guys had sex and you Netflix and chilled a few times and maybe you tried to work this out, but it really wasn't that way. So the message and how they feel, Ace of Fire in reverse. Sex only. Which is why there were so many delays with this. This didn't really get off the ground because it wasn't based on the right shit. This person that you guys are dealing with wants to be single. They want to do shit their own way. They're only thinking about themselves. But I feel like now you're taking on that energy yourself. Well, if you want to be single, let's be single, you know? You're not afraid to do that now. What they want you to know is they know they're stubborn. They know they're stuck in their ways. I don't think they know how to be anything else. They're trying to figure out how to bring back structure in their life, and that's why they are the way that they are. I think they don't have structure. That's why they're all over the place. They don't really know what they want. But it brings on this energy of the King of Air in reverse, and this shit isn't good. This is somebody who doesn't think before they speak, someone who's very violent with their words, probably violent, period. Someone who's just out of control in general because they don't know. It's like I don't think they're ready for this, but the way that this energy is coming off is narcissistic. They knew what they were doing. This was something, it's like this person's really scattered and impulsive and just all over. And it's like, but they know that. And I think that, I don't even think they feel bad about it. I'm sorry. They knew it was one-sided. They took and you gave, and there was another person, and you waited for them. You waited for things to change, vice versa. But it's your turn to take back control and go in the direction that you want to go with this. It's accept this person for what they are, knowing that this is probably all it's going to be. The best way forward is to realize that this person is very unbalanced with their emotions. This person is very dependent on other people, borderline codependent, might have something to do with a mother relationship, might be a mother, period. But this is something where maybe you're reliving something with this person that you needed to deal with. And now you're kind of seeing it for what it is. You don't want to fight with them anymore. You don't want to, it's like agreeing to just agree that this is what it is. You know, this is what happened. I don't know if it's going to change. You know, they're openly admitting how they are, how they feel, why they are the way they are. There's been a lot of clarity, but it's just like this person is doesn't want to come. They don't know how to. They'd rather have their options open because of what they went through before. And it's like they do want to have harmony with you. I feel like they want to kind of like make up a little bit, you know, have a conversation, but they just feel like if they were to try to approach you, that it would just be a fight because there was so much drama before. They do want you to, they do kind of want to make things right with you, but it's like, it's kind of accepting this, you know what I mean? Because it's like, they're not ready to be what you need them to be. They can't be that person. And the way that they're coming off is manipulative, and that's just who they are. And I think that they have always been this way. And maybe you thought that it could be different if you kind of waited it out, if you had hope, or you kind of just thought maybe things could be different because, you know, Pisces, you care about people, you know, that when you truly fuck with them, you just thought, if I work with them, you know, like maybe we could work this out, but it's, I don't know. You need to decide the direction that you want to go and stick with it. Because I think that you've spent enough time in this energy. And somebody got their heart broken for them. It was a divorce for somebody that's still relevant. There's some type of loss. There's depression here. Maybe some health issues for some of you. There's just a third party energy, more than one person. And that's kind of why you just feel really let down. You thought this could be a relationship. You thought this could be something, this new love opportunity. And in reality, you just got let down. You got just disappointed. You just feel like depressed about this because it wasn't what you thought it could be. It didn't end that way, even though you did kind of wait it out a little bit. I do see the Wheel of Fortune turning in you guys' favor, though. I do see things going better for you, but it kind of is leaving it up to you. Because if you're waiting for this, it's always going to be a delay. There's always going to be setbacks because this wasn't really meant for you. You know, there's a reason this happened the way that it did, because the universe had to step in and show you the reality because you kind of just getting hurt. Air signs could be dealing with someone who is deceptive, manipulative. I feel like you know the truth about this. You want to make this decision. I think this is, this person constantly tries to come back in and make this work, but it just, you guys are still stuck in the same part of this and it's not changing. And it just leaves you with mixed feelings. It's you like, It's kind of a almost emotionally abusive type of relationship and energy that I feel with this. And it's stagnant for a reason. It's somebody needs to learn a lesson. Somebody's getting their karma. I think that this is going to stay this way until this person learns their lesson. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, what are the messages for Aquarius? How do they feel? What do they want them to know, and the best way forward? I think that you feel stuck because you manifested this into your life. They manifested it, and now it's here, and you're like, fuck. You know what I mean? You got to deal with this energy now. But I think that the energy of feeling stuck is going to go away. And someone is trying to tame themselves, but someone doesn't really want to fight for this anymore. Someone doesn't feel like they have the strength to keep fighting this manipulative ass person. Because you've had clarity about this. You know what's up. You know this person's like this on purpose. They're all over the place, deceptive. I think that you are recovering, though. You're healing from all the shit that they put you through because you accepted this situation. So whereas before you were the one fucked up in your head, you're getting out of that energy. And I think that you've been enlightened about this. I think that you guys do need to remember to think positive, speak positive into your life so you don't keep attracting these negative ass low vibrational people, because your thoughts do become reality. And you have the potential to be really happy, but it could be with a Leo. And I think that there was something, there could have been something that didn't get off the ground with an earth sign. Well, they're manipulative too. Something to do with money. Maybe you guys are stressing out about money, but make sure you're investing in the right things, because that's what's going to bring the right things into your life. What is the message? How do they feel? What do they want you to know? Whoa. Bottom of the deck is patience, or this is, I just had a brain fart, temperance. So balancing out your emotions, balancing out your life. You guys are coming into balance about this, or maybe this person is, but it's after you let this go. Some of you guys aren't able to move on from this person right now. You don't really see how this is possible. Maybe it has something to do with you don't know where you want to go live. Maybe it has something to do with you know that you need to defend yourself and that you don't really want to get hurt by this person anymore. But a part of you still kind of is in this energy because every time like you get a little bit of attention from somebody else, here they come back into your life trying to claim what's theirs. And it's like, you're the one that can be victorious in this situation. So whatever you're doing right now, I think that you're doing it right. But it's just like, I think that you're going to have to kind of ignore those late night messages that come into your phone. You know what I'm saying? So the message, how do they feel? They care a lot about you to the best of their ability. This person sees you for what you are, but the way that they care and love isn't really, they come off more defensive than they do anything else. This person probably was never really truly loved themselves. So how they express themselves to you is like, they come off really defensive because they don't know how to have the right boundaries with people in their life, and they took it out on you. What they want you to know, they have a lot of stress in their life. They're really stressed out about money. They wanted this beginning with you, but at the same time, they were like out here. They were doing too much. sleeping with other people, drinking too much, maybe doing some drugs. I think that they just were overall unhappy themselves, and it had nothing to do with you. This person lives in the past. They're very naive to what they think that this situation should be, and they're stuck in that energy. They're not letting the past go. The best way forward, let this person hang here and figure their shit out. Don't get them out of this situation. Let them sit here. Let them be stuck. Don't try to help them, because they got to figure this out on their own. They need to learn something. Let it be stagnant, because you can't do anything about this. Try to manifest the right person into your life. Recognize that the manipulation is still here with this person, and that's why they're sitting here in this state, because they need to learn their fucking lesson. Let them hang. But at the same time, remember to keep yourself in check with how you're thinking, what you're manifesting into your life. Because you guys have been let down a lot, and depression is real for some of you guys. Someone is really depressed and disappointed. This could be this other person, because this is soulmate energy for you. But it didn't get off the ground the right way because of all the other shit that's involved. Libra, how do they feel? What do they want you to know? The best way forward. Well, they don't feel, for one, because they don't have any emotions. But their thoughts are fucked up. They're attracted to you. Some of you guys have a fire sign who really is attracted to you. But this could have been a pretty painful fucking ending if it was with an air fire sign. And I think that the fire sign, maybe this, I don't know. I said fire, but I'm trying to say air. They're not walking away from this. It's like one of you guys wants to release this bad energy, but someone's not. Someone's trying to like hold on for dear life. And it's this person who is all over the place. Something's going on with them. And they're really scattered all over, don't know what they want, don't know what they're doing. They're probably saying a bunch of wild ass shit to you. And at the same time, it's like, after this ending, if this is, you guys let this end, there can be a new start, but it's going to require a lot of recovery on your part, a lot of forgiveness to make this work with this person. I think that whatever toxic behaviors they have, they are trying to walk away from them. Maybe they did, but they do need to do that. They do need to fully be sober. Okay? I'm just going to throw that out there. Some of you guys are dealing with somebody who's dealing with drugs. And that's why they're so fucking crazy. But they're trying to clear their mind, but they're not really releasing the energy. I do see the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor for this situation. I think that whatever you're doing, you're also on the right path. However you're handling the situation. How do they feel about Libra? What do they want them to know? And the best way forward. They don't want you to leave them, for one. This person thinks of you as their soulmate. This person thinks a lot about you. You guys have a lot of good times together. This is soulmate energy, but they're really codependent. So they don't want to break up with you. They're probably not ever going to break up with you. They're like, they need to be with somebody and they want to be with you. They're really codependent and all over the place with their emotions, how they express their emotions. They might have done some shady shit. They're trying to make things right with you. But it's like they know they made the wrong decision. They know that they're unbalanced. But it's like they want to invest some time into this situation. But it's like it never goes anywhere. You guys have just been running into bullshit after bullshit. And if you guys are dealing with the fire sign, it's because they're not ready to be in a relationship because they don't know what the fuck they want. And there's a lot of other people involved with somebody, and that's why they're not talking to you. Nice, huh? What they want you to know is that they wanted this to work. They wanted to figure out how to bring this together with you. But it was like, I feel like you guys never really made the decision to and acted on it. It's like they were always waiting. There were always some plans, but it's like, did this ever actually come about? Some of you guys are dealing with somebody who's walking away from a marriage. Some of you guys are dealing with somebody who maybe you walked away from them because you thought that this was necessary, something that you needed to do because of how they were. And they don't blame you for that, but that's like, they're still like stuck to you like glue, like a gnat at a barbecue. They're not going nowhere, okay? Be buzzing in your ear when you try to sleep and shit. Anyways, the best way forward is like they don't want you to move on and you guys are stuck in some really negative ass energy. But this is the best way. Like I said, you guys are handling this in the right way, I think, because staying in this situation as it is right now is not going to help anyone in this situation. So if you are trying to get yourself out of this, that's probably the best way, because this energy is fucked. And it's like, they're not able to move on from you. They're trying to like keep you here, but it's like, you guys are just like somebody just giving up. I think that they want you to try this, like go in a new direction. And I think that you know what that means. You know how to get yourself out of this stuck energy, because it really does come down to making the choice about what move you want to make. And for some of you, it has something to do with fire. I see water. I see air. Somebody you're really comfortable with, but it's like you just don't know how this could work right now. Gemini, dealing with the Pisces, who's not talking about their feelings. There's just been a lot of shit that's not really going your guys' way lately. A lot of delays, setbacks, some things have just been kind of falling apart lately. If you're dealing with a fire sign, for some of you, this person just like the reason that they left is because it's like they couldn't make this work. They feel like they were a failure. Maybe they fucked up, but they don't know how to go move forward. And they want to have a conversation about this with you, because a part of them, or maybe you, feels like this could be victorious, but it needs to be done in a different way, because whatever y'all were doing wasn't working, okay? One of you needs to figure out what they want, what you want to do, because the reason that there's so many blocks in the way is because of whoever you're listening to, whoever you're taking advice from, isn't someone you should be listening to about which way or direction that you should go. They're lying to you. And it's like, I think that you guys just want to have like this conversation where it's a fair fight, where it's like, you know, you don't want someone who's always going to walk away from you, but you really do want to argue. And you want to like have peace after this situation. I feel like some of you guys did maybe cheat in the past or now, but it's like, maybe you didn't put the same effort into this situation, or maybe you didn't really work on it before, but I think that you want to now. And it's like, you don't want to be stuck in your head. You don't want them to be stuck in their head. You want to have this conversation, but I think that one of you just doesn't want to fight about it. They'd rather keep their opinions to themselves, because it's like maybe you both have anger problems. So if you get really mad, it's going to be a shit show. So somebody needed to move on. Someone felt like it was necessary for them to move on. Maybe this is just moving out of that negative headspace, knowing that there's some things that you guys do need to move on from. Definitely all these mixed feelings, some past energy, I think, from an old relationship that was really abusive, whether it goes back to childhood, whether it goes back to an ex, but that's still relevant, something you guys got to get rid of. Because I feel like one of you is very logical. You're not very emotional. So it's like, how you communicate and how you feel is very different than the person that you're with, because you don't think the same. So it's going to cause a lot of arguments, but you don't want them to leave. You know, you don't want to walk away from them, but you don't know how to communicate because it's like you're not on the same wavelength. You don't have those emotions that they have. You're not all fucking lovey-dovey. You're probably like, you know, you want to have a conversation and it's not really the same. Someone did get caught doing something. Someone does want to make things right. Someone doesn't want to walk away from this. I'm on the sign of Gemini. But for some of you, I think that it is necessary for you to walk away or maybe just get out of this energy. Because I think that you want to make a decision, but you haven't. You're still kind of standing on the fence because you guys do need to compromise to work this out. You need to balance your forces, compromise, make a decision. And that's something that's required at this point in the game to move this forward. Because I do see you guys kind of putting, you know, trying to improve the situation that you're in, where there were things of lack, whether it had something to do with money. But you guys need to figure out how to bring this together, how to move this in the right way, because someone is just like struggling and overwhelmed. I think that someone just doesn't know what to choose. So you kind of, I feel like it's you, Gemini, who needs to have this logical approach, because you're the one who can kind of clear out the emotions and make that decision for your life. And they kind of need you. You guys are literally mirroring each other, but you're not talking about it. So you have no fucking idea how they feel. They want you. You're the person that they see. You're the person they're attracted to. You're the person they want. Point blank, period. So if you have any doubt, now you know. There's a whole lot of messages. I think that how they feel and what they want you to know is that the way that they communicated to you was probably really inappropriate. They came off saying some shit about money, how they're constantly helping you, and then you guys had a blowout. And you're like, well, fuck you, you know, because that's not really the case, but I feel like that's what happens when this person gets mad. They don't communicate very well, which is why they don't really communicate when they should sometimes, because of how they communicate when they're mad. It's not good. Maybe you blew up something. Maybe you don't want this person's help. You know, you don't want to have to deal with someone who is going to throw it in your face when they help you. You'd rather do the shit yourself. You know, if it's not going to be equal, then what's the point? You know, you don't want someone to be like, oh, but I fed you last week. I got you a McChicken. You're like, bitch, it's $1, you know, but you love me, you know. What they want you to know is that they see you as marriage material. They do want to have a stable commitment with you. You guys already did, but it's like they don't want to fight anymore. They don't want to necessarily give up, but they're just like, you guys didn't set the right boundaries for the situation to work in a way, and it's like it needs to be twisted because one of you guys didn't see the other person for what they were, and you kind of like shut each other out, and you both kind of have some old issues of where you were probably both hurt a lot before you came together. So when you came together, you brought all these issues in, so now you're working through. But it's a shit show right now because you don't know how to understand why they are the way they are, and they don't know how to understand you. So it's like, but the love is here. You know what I mean? It's just odd to me. I think that someone realized who you were to them, but afterwards, that they didn't see the shiny little object that they had in front of them that always held them up and always held them down until after some shit fell apart, all the way down, you know? And it's like the best way forward, it's like your energy, the Lover's in reverse. So are you unbalanced? Is the best way forward to have a breakup with this person because they're not supportive of you? They like to party, put some shit up their nose or whatever. And yeah, at one time you genuinely did love them. This was a partnership that you wanted in your life. You guys balanced each other out before, but this energy right now is fucked. And you don't really want to have to hold them up because their emotions are all over the place. It's like they're upside down. Right now, they're on the, like, very manipulative, like emotionally abusive to you. And I don't even think you notice how they do it because it's done in a different way. But they're not their energy right now. So the best way forward would be to go through with this breakup with this person, because however they're thinking, whatever they're doing, this energy overall is just really unbalanced. And I know that they might have done some things where it's like they want to make things right, but it's like there really is no victory in the situation. And you guys aren't really talking about the things that you need to talk about. And it's like you just want this to be released. You want to get out of your head. You want to stop thinking about it. You want to stop talking about it, but you're not doing anything about it. This person doesn't want to let you go because they don't want anyone else to have you. And that's what you don't know. But if they can't get their shit together, then you're going to be like, well, I'm going to go do what I got to do, you know? But it's like, you really do need to make that decision. Have that conversation with this person about which way you're going to move forward now. Because it's like your intuition was blocked for a long time. You didn't really see this. I feel like when you love people, genuinely love people, you don't see the manipulative ass shit that they do. Because some people are very good at it. Fuckers. But it's like, you wanted this person to bring stability into your life, but they're not. They're bringing other shit. They're bringing toxic shit into your life. And it's leaving you in a really unstable mental space. And so are they. They're bringing their shit into your life right now. And you don't need it. You need someone who's going to invest in you the same way that you invest in them. Because I think that you know what you want to do. You know which direction that you'd like to go. Something that you've always wanted to do. But you know that that also involves walking away from this toxic ass energy that's here right now. Whatever idea that you have that you want to do, go do it. But you need to walk away from this person at the same time. Because that's when this is going to work for you. This is something you have to do by yourself. Because this comes down to your self-worth. How do you feel about yourself? Because I think that you kind of see things, but I don't think you see how bad it is in general, how much worse this could get if it's not taken care of in the right way. I'm not saying fuck this person forever. I'm saying fuck this person right now because they're really fucking you up and you don't see it. And they're doing it on purpose. Very deceptive, very manipulative. They talk that talk, but they're not walking nowhere. You need to have the right boundaries. And I'm not trying to say this to be a bitch, but you got to have the right boundaries and keep people from getting that close to you that are that with that toxic ass energy, because that's what you need to do right now for yourself. Because you have a lot of toxic shit around you. And I think that you will be having clarity about this. This person, you put a lot of time into them. You never really saw anything out of that, though. Because they're kind of... They act like they know what they're talking about. They know everything, but it's all bullshit. It's manipulation. It's deception. It's talk. And they're really fucking immature. And you don't need a child. You have enough. Don't we all? Like, we're grown folks around here, motherfucker. And I know what you did last summer, too. So, you know, I think that somebody might have had a one-night stand, or what you thought this could be ended up being the complete opposite. This person's very dependent on other people. But you know what you need to do. And I think that you're ready to have that conversation. Because this is about to blow, boo, especially with this toxic shit. And it's kind of fucking up your life in a way. but it's got to go. It's not built right. The problems that they're bringing into your life, you don't even see it because you love them. And you think they could change because that's what they tell you. You believe it. But it's not something that started the right way. It's not something that is going to get off the ground. There's going to be delays. There's going to be false starts. There's going to be rejection here because this isn't something that was meant to be in your life. And the longer you keep yourself stalling this situation and not letting it end, it's going to be the same thing. You're not going to really be able to move forward with your life either because this is kind of blocking that. You have to let other things go so new things can come back in. And it's not necessarily, if you guys are worried about losing the person, it's not that. It's the energy and the shit that there is around you right now is what needs to be released. But I think that you're going to be coming into some clarity. You're kind of trying to clear your head a little bit. So now we're on Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Well, Taurus, Tower at the bottom. What fell apart? Something happened out of nowhere. You didn't see it coming. You're like, what the fuck? But I built this city and it came crashing down. But at the same time, are you guys walking away from the toxic energy? Because I think that you are. You're having some mental clarity. You're kind of making your way through the fog in your head because the definition of love and partnership with another person is two people. It's two people that have a really deep understanding, a deep love for each other, and there's compassion and there's love. And that is not what you're in right now, my friend. And you have the clarity and you want to have this conversation. You want to know, you want to tell this person like what you want to do, how you're going to move forward. But a part of you just isn't able to move on from this. And you're keeping yourself stuck. And the bad luck you have in your life, boo, and the lack of focus, not knowing what you want to do, how to work on this anymore because of the sex is good. Somebody doesn't want to fight for this anymore. Somebody made a wrong decision. There could be a legal battle coming up in the near future for you. But this person fucks you over and then they come back saying that they're changed and they want to make things right. But it's just fucking with your head because they'll say they're sorry, that they're not the same person, that things are going to be different this time. And because you guys were happy with them once upon a time, or you have this vision of what happiness could be with them, you're holding on to it because that's what you're loyal to. That's where your heart is. That's where you have tried to make this work because this is what you're loyal to, you know? But it's causing you a lot of depression. It's causing you, this person's made you feel very insecure, discouraged. It's actually causing you health problems. But I think that it's something that you're starting to notice, something that you're starting to pay attention to, and something that you're going to be enlightened about if you haven't been, but you're not really saying this to this person. There isn't any communication with them. This person is very beautiful that you are attracted to, but there might be some delays with someone else that you want to be with, but you can't end this. And that's what's causing the delays in your other relationship, which is why Taurus has the Two of Pentacles, but you haven't ended a cycle in your life that needs to end. But once you do that, I do see new things coming in for you. And I think that that's genuinely what you want to do, but you got to cut out the bullshit. You've seen enough. You know enough. You know that this isn't balanced. But because there was a marriage, and maybe you don't have the clarity about why things were always falling apart with somebody in your life. Someone who is really jealous, literally causing financial setbacks because of how they're somebody at your job, because they know that you're going to fall for it. When they come back in with the same lines, they lure you in with all those Netflix and chill messages. How thoughtful of them to keep playing with your heart because they know that you're going to fall for it, and they like on purpose fucking up your life, and they don't care. Yes, this person is your soulmate, but this person's also lying to you about the other person that they're dealing with. There's more than one type of soulmate that we have in this life, and I really wish that people would understand just because they're your soulmate doesn't mean you're meant to be with them forever, especially if they're fucking you over. The message, how do they feel? They want to open up to you. Before they're really closed off, they're worried about money. They never revealed how they feel. They're going to come back in now and they're going to open up. But you know that a part of you wasted a lot of time on this. And you want them to tell you the truth and stop lying about dumb shit. Some of you guys have Pisces in your chart. You know that they're lying to you. And you need to make a decision. But it's like you're still being stuck in this indecision because you're confused. Because of how this illusion that you're under with this person. It's like you have no idea what they want you to know. 5 of water. They're still holding on to loss, regret, grief, feeling abandoned from their childhood. Maybe they don't want you to know that, but I just told you. They're holding on to old shit. Maybe they feel sorry. Maybe they need you to, I don't know. Whatever happened with this loss, regret, grief, still here. They still need to kind of deal with something. They might be stuck on an ex, to be honest. Someone that they're still not over. And so they're not really telling you that. Maybe they don't want to be without this other person. I don't really know. The best way forward is the 10 of Earth in reverse. This is a broken marriage. Letting it be what it is. Stop trying to change it. You can't change it. There's a lot of drama. There's people involved. This has been this way for a very long time. You can't change it. It is what it is. And the sooner that you can accept this and stop hiding from your feelings and keeping yourself kind of like stuck in this situation and not moving forward with your life because of this marriage or whatever that you think that you need to stay in, where someone sleeps around all the time and manipulates the fuck out of you. Because that's the type of person that they are. They're a classic narcissist, and you're just constantly let down by them. And they're doing it on purpose. If you have children with this person, get them help when they're young. And don't let them grow up and be the same way. Because a lot of kids do have personality disorders and do have narcissist tendencies because of their mother. Something to be mindful of. Whew. You do have the potential to be really happy with someone, Taurus, but it's like you're not even paying attention to that because you're still trying to beat an old horse because you think that that's what you need to do. You can be stable somewhere else. Maybe you want to provide stability to whatever child you have because you don't want them to have to go through the same things that you want to go through, but you can't fix this situation. There is no recovery. This person's always going to be ice cold with how they feel, how they talk, how they do things. But maybe at the same time, it's about making that decision for your life, making that final decision and taking action on it, because the King of Swords doesn't fuck around. He thinks about it. He's intentional. He's powerful. He moves. gets shit done, and he dips the fuck out if he needs to or not. Because y'all need to get away from this person. Just saying. And they probably were fucked up from their mother. I'm going to leave it alone. There's victory in moving forward, by the way. Possibly with the fire sign. Virgo, how does this person feel about you? What do they want you to know? What is the best way forward? This person's probably self-defensive. They don't want to get hurt, so they keep to themselves, or maybe that's what you're doing. You don't really want to let love in. You're not really sure about this whole love thing because you'd rather just give this illusion like you're cold, but it's not really, it's a facade. I think that some of you guys want to make a decision, but it's always this balancing act. It's like you both know you need to compromise. You both know you need to make a decision, but here we go with these emotions that are childlike. Someone's very codependent. Someone is very childlike, period. I do see a transformation here, though, but it's still going to leave a level of confusion when it comes to this decision about how you're going to do what you're going to do with this person who's a little fucked up mentally with this Magician in reverse. Someone was deceptive in the past. This was one-sided in the past, and I feel like this is what you manifested into your life, and you didn't really realize that because this is who you wanted. But once you release this negative energy, you can have an equal give and take, whether or not it's with the same person. Just releasing this old shit is basically what you need to do. Taking control of the situation. There might be a Leo who comes in to take control, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what you want, like that manly man, like, let's do this. Goodness. This person really fucked you guys up. Down. I think that you want to open up. Someone wants to open up for once and for all and say how they feel, because I think you guys have been holding back from doing that, but you want to get it all out there, lay it all out there. Like, listen, this is what it is. You know, I wasn't the only one who was insecure and dependent and codependent and toxic. It's like, you want to tell them, like, you know, give them the business. Like, listen, motherfucker, you were pretty toxic too. And maybe together we were toxic, but it wasn't all my fault because I genuinely did fucking love you. P.S. PSA. But does it matter? You know what I mean? Because it's like this person was really focused on blaming you for whatever happened. And maybe you did some shit, but I think that someone has an issue with family, a broken marriage, a broken family life. And I think that when you go through things like that as a child, you latch on to people that are like-minded. And after a while, if there are things that aren't dealt with, if there are things that aren't released, it becomes very toxic to be with this other person because they're going to bring out the shadow side of you and you're going to bring out the shadow side of them. And then it's just it's crazy. And I think that's kind of the energy that I feel because this is just twisted all around and it's not just one-sided. Some of you guys are just not healing. There's just this depression. There's negativity. This person's very negative. And it's like, because they haven't went through this transformation, because they still don't know what they want to do and they're not talking about it, it just isn't going anywhere right now. So the message and how they feel and what they want you to know, the message is that there was always a lot of disagreements. I think that this person was really jealous. Maybe there were other people involved. That's kind of what caused a lot of the disagreements. They believe this is what ended their relationship. But I think that they were dealing with some things with their family. They were going through some things in their life, and maybe you weren't there for them and they still hold it against you, because that's what I mean about that codependency, is like they're still holding this against you because they were going through something and they felt like you weren't there for them. But I mean, in reality, it wasn't built on a stable ground to begin with, because I feel like when you guys came together, you weren't stable. You tried to make it stable, but there was just too much other things going on. And my throat's all fucked up, so I think someone isn't speaking and they need to, or whatever. Find your voice, tell them the truth, because someone is always trying to fix things. Someone is a perfectionist. Someone spends a lot of time, and I think that you blamed yourself enough. You don't need to blame yourself. They don't want you to blame yourself. And they're probably never going to tell you that in person or out loud ever. They know that you did everything that you could and that you like genuinely tried to the best of your ability. But it was just one of those things where it was like, you guys are really too dependent on each other, and it just was toxic. And they know that now. They know that it wasn't just your fault, and they don't want you to blame yourself for it. They have some mental health issues that they need to deal with. There might be some things from their childhood, whatever they have with their family, that they need to heal. The reason why they don't talk about their feelings or they don't express themselves is relevant to the situation. So the best way forward is the Ace of Water in reverse. A level of emptiness. There's a level of disappointment. There's a level of depression. There's keeping the right boundaries with your emotions. The Nine of Fire is understanding that we do need to have the right boundaries, and we need to keep and maintain the right boundaries sometimes, because there are some things that people internalize, especially when it comes to emotions. That's why they are the way they are. But I feel like the biggest lesson that needs to be learned here is you guys need to establish the right boundaries for the situation, and you need to keep and maintain them so that this isn't super unbalanced if you try to bring this back together at a later date, because you guys have been manifesting this into your life, but it just never got off the ground. Someone has some things about themselves they want to change or are changing, but it's just like it was always a false start, and that's why there's still a lot of loss and regret and grief here. Someone was abandoned, they weren't loved correctly, and how are they going to love someone else? I think that once this old energy is released, you guys could come back together, but you need to recover fully, mentally, physically, emotionally. Find a way to start things new, recover yourselves. This is on both sides of the fence for you guys, because it's like, I think that whatever financial things you guys are going through, maybe you feel like you just are going to work a lot and not talk. That's what this other person, you guys are both doing this, I think. But it's like your headspace is a little bit twisted, especially when it comes to how you handle things, and not communicating and working. It's not really going to help this situation. You guys need to balance this out. And I think that this cycle needs to close out, but it's like you guys are both avoiding that. And there's just no victory in this situation until some things change, until there's time invested. Someone definitely needs to apologize. I feel like you both do. This person's your soulmate. This person is somebody you wanted to marry, somebody that you possibly could in the future. It's not like it's over, completely done. Some things have got to give, though. And it's just like, sometimes you can't do shit else but to walk away until people figure it out, because you're just going to destroy yourself in the process, because it's toxic and there's nothing you can do. Toxic doesn't get better. Toxic gets worse. And it's like, you guys both spent a lot of time putting, you know, it's like you both tried this to the best of your ability. But you can't fix something that wasn't stable to begin with. Because what are you building on? The same old energy. I do see that whatever nightmares and grief, that's going to get better. It's not going to be like this forever. There's going to be some recovery. I think that you guys are in the final stage of how bad this is, but just remember about keeping those boundaries. Especially for people that come into your life already fucked up, and then you try to fix them, because that's what we do, right? Or someone that we've already had feelings for that you're loyal to and try to fix it. Can't fix everyone. And I think that the level of disconnect with emotions is here, but it's like, I feel like that's what you need to do right now, is to not let someone that close to you, because you need to heal. And if you were to let someone close to you and open up emotionally right now, it wouldn't help you. And I think that you want to go in a new direction, but it comes down to your self-worth. How you feel about yourself. This started as a child. This is something where this could be really good for you, because I think that your focus is going to be back on the right things, but it's going to be shitty right now. But it's something that you need to do so you don't get hurt like that again, because you can't really take another hit like this right now. I think that whatever you're doing to cope is the right thing, but it's just remembering that there's nothing you can do for this situation, and you've tried this, and it's not your fault. It wasn't your fault. Capricorn, what are the messages for the sign of Capricorn? How do they feel? What do they want them to know? What is the best way forward? Someone is very stuck in their head. Someone has a lot of anxiety. There is someone who's very depressed and is on the verge of probably needing to be hospitalized for the mental health things that they're going through right now. And if it's that bad, I encourage you guys to go get help, because you can't play around with mental health. It's kind of a serious thing. And sometimes depression does get bad and people need to be hospitalized. There's nothing wrong with getting help. And it does have a lot to do with emotions. And it's like, some of you guys have children that you need to take care of. So if you need to get help, get help. You manifested this person into your life. This is who you wanted. This person is equally attracted to you. They see you as someone who is very beautiful, someone who gets what they want, someone who could have whoever they want. And it's like they felt lucky to even have you in their life at one point, whether it's relevant to now, but that's something that you needed to know, because they probably didn't tell you that. And there was something that was done that was unfair. There could have been legal issues. Something, they know that if you're a Libra, then they know that it wasn't fair and it wasn't right. But that's how out of control this person was at that time, whether it was how they were speaking to you, whether it was whatever actions that they took, they were out of control and they took it out on you. Because they got too comfortable in the situation that they were in, because they were well taken care of. You cared for them in every way possible. But when people get too comfortable, that's when they start trying to do other things, because it's like, you guys found out the truth about something, and it's like, I do see things going in your favor if there's legal problems. But you were always so nurturing and supportive of them that some of you guys put all of yourselves into this other person, but it drained you completely. You just wanted someone to work with you and invest in you the same way that you invested in them. And they slept around and they did whatever the fuck they wanted to do, because they were unhappy with themselves and it had nothing to do with you. The way that they think, their thought process isn't stable. It's actually really twisted. The reason that they're so unhappy has a lot to do with their mental health. It's a personality disorder that I don't know what it is, but it's not good. I don't even think you know the full depth of what you were dealing with, to be honest, because you were always there for them. Some of you guys have children with this person. Some people, some of you guys, it's your mother that you were taking care of, something along the lines where you were very loyal to this person and they took it for granted. They thought they could do whatever they wanted to do and they could come home and you weren't going anywhere because you were loyal to them. You took care of them. But it was like, this was a really abusive relationship for some of you. This person was a bully. This person stole things from you. This person, if nothing else, stole your mental health, because this is abusive. And you guys, some of you guys are left with these feelings where you're blaming yourself, but it's like, this is how this person talked to you. This person didn't treat you very well. This person didn't talk to you like you were a person. You were an object. No matter what you did. And at one time, you really loved them, and it's like you guys had a good relationship, or that's what you thought it could be. But in reality, it just ended in heartbreak because there was arguments. There's regret. There's some of you guys have children. Some of you guys are married to this person. If you're going through financial stuff, foreclosure, family conflicts, this person brought this into your life. They're very dependent on you, but they're unstable and they're confused, and they kind of like threw that on you. And they had these really high expectations and you never lived up to them no matter what you did. Because you always knew how to take care of them. You always knew what to do. You always knew what to say. They didn't have to do anything. I think that some of you guys need to make a plan to kind of go on a trip. There needs to be some kind of drastic change in your lifestyle. Getting away, maybe a physical move. Because if certain people have too much access to your life, then it's something that's not going to go away unless you remove yourself physically. This person is very insecure. This person has the potential to be very abusive if they weren't already. Very emotionally manipulative. But it's influencing a lot to do with your life. And they want you to know that you could have the relationship that you want, but it's not with this person, or just not this energy, because you need to remember, who you were in the beginning. Who you are at the end of the day doesn't define by what someone else made you believe. Some of you guys are going through a pretty heavy transformation. Some of you guys are realizing things and you're getting hit pretty hard with the reality, but you realize that you do need to move away from some things in your life that no longer serve you because it's destroying you. And that does mean some of you guys do need to leave soon from this situation. Withdraw yourself as much as humanly possible from this. Mentally, emotionally. The main thing, especially when it comes to narcissists, is your emotions and your fears and the depression. As soon as you can try to get that tie that you have with them, it gets better. And I know that because I went through it, and it's hell. But it's not something that's really going to go away. you guys know what to do. You know, because you were so caring for this person, you always knew what to say, you always knew what to do. But I think that you need to remember that now, because whatever you would do in the past, whatever you would do for someone else, it's time to do that for yourself, because you have the power and the resources, and you're very smart. You guys know what you need to do. And it's just time to do it regardless of how you feel. It's going to take a lot of rest and recovery. There's got to be, figure out a way to forgive yourself, maybe, because that's kind of where it starts before you can forgive this person. Because it's like, sometimes what I feel like, me personally, it comes down to me forgiving myself for subjecting myself to a situation that I knew better than to be in. And now I didn't know how much it was destroying my life until it came to a crashing halt. But at the same time, I needed to forgive myself for allowing those thoughts and manifesting those people into my life, because that has a lot to do with it. And it's not easy to do, because when you look at yourself in the mirror and it's like you don't even recognize yourself anymore. But it's like, there's so many people that want to help you. There's so many people that you have around you. It's like, that saying is like, if you knew who was walking beside you, you'd never fear who was in front of you or who was behind you. Just remember that you're being helped, you're being protected. You do have, as much bad as there is in the world, there's good. But to not let that fear come in, because that's what's going to bring more of that negative, toxic shit in. It's focusing on the good that you do have. I don't know if that ever goes away, to be honest, but it's like, I think that I was in a different stage of that, where I did go through depression for a few months this year, and then it turned into, I just don't really know where my emotions are. I don't feel sad. I don't feel like I should be on medications. I just don't really want to feel anything for anybody, because I don't think that it's something that I should do, because I need to figure out myself before I go into anyone else's life. And, being the kind of person I am, I have attracted narcissists into my life. Every guy that I've been with had some kind of personality disorder or narcissist, and I didn't even notice. But this is what I've been attracting into my life. So I'm at the point where I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to love shit at this point, because I know that at the end of the day, I have kids watching me, and I need to figure out me, because I took care of people. I took care of everybody else, and I never knew how much I was destroying myself. And that wouldn't be something that God would ever want you to do. Yes, we're supposed to be, do the right thing, be good people, help each other. But this would never be something that they would want you to do, where you're depleting yourself, for what gain? I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the chats, but it keeps disappearing because YouTube is probably a shitty connection or something, but it's like in and out. So I don't know if it's going to come back up or not. So my Whispers of Healing deck, this really helped me out earlier today. I would recommend this deck to a lot of people. And Yolanda, if you're still in here, God damn it, I need to send you your deck. I'm horrible. Send me an email every day until I actually send it, because I forget everything. I swear I'm probably like ADHD, but in denial. You know what I'm saying? I used to blame my kids' dad that they got all, that's daddy blood, but no, I'm just disorganized. I think that there's a really big transformation that's going on right now. Some of you guys need to accept the healing that the angels are trying to give you. They've been trying to help you, but they can't come and intervene into your life until you're ready to receive the healing. But along with healing comes opening up those wounds that you tried for a very long time to hide. And some of this is deep-rooted shit. I had to learn the hard way that the things that I went through as a child that I didn't even really think about anymore were truly affecting my life now and have affected my life for a very long time. But they want to heal you. They want you to know that they're here for you. There's a transformation, but it's time to have compassion to take care of ourselves, have compassion for ourselves and other people, whatever journey that you're on. Some of you guys really do need to seek seclusion. This is what I was talking about, of not letting someone really close to you right now, because it's not a good idea. Making the commitment to happiness for whatever that it means for you, whatever that looks like to you. It's about time that some of us are happy again. Don't you agree? We spend so much time making other people happy. What about us? Because, I mean, for me as a mother, me being happy is going to reflect to my children. Unconditional love is here, but it wasn't what we thought it was. It wasn't with the person that we thought it was. And it's like, to love somebody that has done this to us is like, I don't want to say that it was done in vain, because the people that I have, I don't even want to blame them completely for how bad I got fucked up, because I did it to myself too, because I knew, but I thought they could change. I thought that if they were loved correctly, that they would do that too. But it's like, it's still here and it's still relevant. But some people really just need to be loved in the right way. It's about repeating these positive affirmations to yourself and changing the old thought patterns, changing the old ways of thinking, because it really does affect your life. There's a lot of triggers that you're being triggered. I'm sure Mercury retrograde had several triggers for a lot of us, but there's some things, there's some memories, there's some things that are being brought up, and it's triggering this old shit. And it's like, some of us didn't respect ourselves enough and we accepted less from other people. But it's time that we demand our respect, because this is what we deserve. We're not accepting anything else. Some of us need to accept the situation that we were in, accept the things that we've been through, instead of trying to deny it, because we didn't have the right boundaries. I didn't have the right boundaries. I gave way too much. And I think it's about modifying the situation. Some of us really just need to take the time out for ourselves, because there's too much negativity in your surroundings. I know me personally, I wasn't grateful for the things that I had in my life. I took a lot of things for granted. Being grateful every day for the things that you have in your life, even if it doesn't seem like you have a lot. Finding things to be grateful for, because that's what brings more good things into your life. Some of you guys have the answers within yourself. If you're searching for an answer, you already know the answer. It's inside of you. That's what's going to bring in sincere relationships, being very careful about who you call friend, being very careful when it comes down to family, when it comes down to people we let close to us and our energy. We need to stay around positive-minded people and create the right barriers with people and keep those barriers up no matter what they say. We have a choice. We had a choice. We still have a choice on which way this ends, which way this goes. Sometimes just taking a deep breath a few times a day and releasing the old toxic things, the way we're thinking. It's time to nurture ourselves, because some of us haven't been taking very good care of ourselves. there's a level of growing. There's some things, there's so many changes happening at once where it's just really overwhelming. And we're like, I don't even know how to balance this shit out right now. Some of us need to spend some time around water, especially if you're a water sign. It's about taking back control of your life. It's about being kind to people, small acts of kindness. You'd be surprised that the people that you run into on a daily basis, that you give them a compliment, you open a door, you pay for their meal, those things are going to come back into your life. And not only that, but you'd be surprised at how many people are probably angels that you run into and you have no idea. There's forward movement that's going to be happening, but we need to find our strength, remembering that we've been through worse, probably, but we just don't remember because we hit it. We don't want to remember how bad that really was, but we do have the strength to get through anything. It's here, even if you don't feel like it. We really do need to raise our vibration, because if we're gonna be at a low vibration, we're gonna bring low vibrations in. Being aware of what you have around you, being aware of your part that you played in the situation, because we can't play the victim. Remembering that you have guardians around you at all times. You're protected more than you know or realize. You need to release all these things, toxic thoughts, old behaviors, patterns, ending cycles that we didn't want to end because we don't want to lose them, whatever. But it's like, taking responsibility for the things that have happened. There's hidden blessings here. And so many things that we're not going to see coming. We're going to be assisted in ways that you're not going to even know that's going to happen. It's going to happen when you need it the most. Because giving back is what's going to bring in the positive energy that we need. Some of us really do need to pay more attention to our body. Some of us need to go to the doctor. There's some things that need to be taken care of. Moving forward with intention, because we need to get clear on our thoughts, letting things be what they are, letting things happen the way that they're supposed to happen, and stop trying to control it, because we can't, especially when it comes to divine timing. Things are going to happen the way they're supposed to happen. There's no point in stressing. There's no point in trying to figure it out. Release it. Give it back to the universe and let them take over. There's still some learning that we have to do when it comes to self-love. That's going to help us reawaken to what it's going to take for us to take care of ourselves and respecting our well-being and of others. We need to spend more time meditating. We need to remember that there's more than one way to heal a situation. There's more than one way to fix things. We're going to be really sensitive to energy right now, but there is progress being made. There's things being done behind the scenes that you don't know about. Let the angels come in and heal the situation. Let them heal you, but they can't come in unless you call them in. There's too much negativity. Modify your thoughts, modify who you're around. Be very careful about who you let close to you, and this goes for everybody in your life. Attract the right, sincere relationships and nurture these relationships so that you can get clear mentally, because we're all very sensitive to energy right now. Remember to be kind to yourself, to be kind to other people. And that this situation is going to be fixed, but it's not going to be in the way that you think it should happen. And that you do have the answers inside of yourself. They keep showing me the same card, so there's somebody that needs to hear this. And it really is time for us to commit to happiness. Whatever that looks like. But I am completely exhausted. It's like 3 in the morning, so I need to go to sleep. I will try to do another live tomorrow, possibly. I hope that everyone has a good night. I hope that everyone takes care of yourself, gets some sleep. Remember that you do have good people in your corner. It might be a complete stranger, but that you are supported. So with that being said, everyone have a good night.